We're told that the solution to having too much stuff is often buying more stuff. Clear acrylic organizers, canvas storage cubes, matching color-coded bins. So we clean out a room, spend $200 at Canadian Tire or IKEA, organize our things, and feel accomplished. But 3 months later, the clutter comes right back. Why? Because we fixed a symptom, not the source. Today, we aren't just clearing a drawer. We're shifting from a consumer mindset to an in-house curated mindset. Learning to shop our own homes first and find value in what we already have. Before we start decluttering, we need to rewire how we think about our belongings. So shift 1, we need to upgrade our cost per use perspective. When you buy something and only use it once, its cost per use is astronomically high. When you use an item 100 times, you extract maximum value from your money. Decluttering items you never use forces you to face wasted money. So instead of hiding them in bins and thinking, oh, I might use it later, we're going to start actually using the items or donating them if you know you're really not going to. Shift 2, shop your home before you shop online. Before you buy a new organizer, a new lipstick, or a kitchen gadget, ask yourself, do I already own something that fulfills this exact function? A sturdy cardboard shoebox can organize a drawer just as well as a $15 plastic bin. An existing pair of black trousers works just as well as a new pair. Spend time playing in your closet instead of going out and buying something new because you feel like you need something. Shift 3, disconnect the identity from consumption. So buying a journal doesn't make you a writer. Writing makes you a writer. Buying workout clothes doesn't make you fit. Moving your body does. Stop buying the fantasy self items and start honoring the real life you are living right now with what you own. When you go to declutter, pick one small microzone. A bathroom cabinet, a closet shelf, or a pantry rack. Pull out everything in your microzone. Look specifically for unopened packages, backup products, or duplicates, like having 4 half-used bottles of body lotion or 3 nearly identical black tops. Guilty there. Seeing all your duplicates together is a powerful reality check on how much you already own. We want to use the use it first staging. Instead of putting everything back randomly, bring your favorite high-quality items to the front. If you have nice candles, fancy skincare samples, or high-end notebooks that you've been saving for a special occasion, pull them to the front right now. Today is a special occasion. Commit to using up what you have before buying a replacement. Write down every category where you currently have surplus. This becomes your personal boundary list when you feel the urge to shop. Something to look at and say, no, I do not need this. Now that you've rediscovered what you own, how do you stop new impulse buys from flooding your home? Implement the 72-hour wish list rule. When you feel the urge to buy something non-essential online, add it to a wish list instead of to your cart. Wait 72 hours. In 90% of the cases, the dopamine hit fades and you'll realize you didn't actually need or want that. The real culprit isn't a lack of storage. It's our consumer habits. We buy things to solve temporary problems, treat ourselves after a hard day, chase an ideal lifestyle we think a product will give us. Here's the mindset shift that changes everything. Your home is not a storage unit for things that you might use. It's a curated inventory of resources. So here's your challenge for today. Set a 15-minute timer, pick one microzone, and find 3 items you already own that you can start actively using today instead of buying something new. Drop a comment below and tell me what you've rediscovered. If this video helped you rethink your relationship with shopping and space, hit the subscribe button, give it a like, and share it with someone who could use a little gentle reset. Thanks for popping in.